Hey guys, this is TaurusJinx here and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm gonna give you guys my first episode on For Honor, the closed beta for Honor. I had made a previous video about this that I had actually gotten in, and I had told you guys also a particular way of getting in using the Scars website. And I really hope it worked for most of you. I did get a complaint from Guns A Blazing Gaming that he wasn't able to enter in. I actually don't know why that was happening. I'm really sorry. I really don't know what was going wrong with your method, and I really hope that this video, if you're watching this video, it really helps you out to understand what the game is truly about. Okay, so getting right into this, I before I actually tell you guys what I'm doing, I actually forgot to record live commentary, so I decided to make this into a how-to video on how effectively you can play For Honor. It's not a Call of Duty, it's not a Battlefield, it's not even a Titanfall game. So remember that this fact that this game is close up and personal. You need to actually go head to head with your opponent. There's no concept of a sniper, a gun or anything like that. You cannot engage opponents from far away. So do remember that fact, because it does get really annoying that in the start of the game when you have no idea what to do exactly. I was actually losing a lot because I was trying to figure out what exactly to do even after having that training thing or the training session that they give you. So do remember this when you're going into this game. Play it for what it is worth. It's a really awesome game if you can actually manage to understand the basic mechanics of it. And so right now, get diving into this post commentary video, I'm going to tell you guys how effectively to play with your heroes, how effectively to play different game modes, so on and so forth. The game mode that you guys are seeing is something known as a 2v2 brawl. So you can party up with a teammate, and together you can face off a pair of two enemies as well. So the basic concept is you need to defeat or take down both enemies, and at the same time you need to be at least the last man standing, or both of you need to be alive to win. It's a best of 5 rounds, and yeah, it's a best of 5, it's simple as that. So getting into this, three factions as all of us have been seeing. The three factions in this game are the Vikings, the Knights, and the Samurai. So the Vikings are the faction I really chose because hey, it's a Viking, man. I want to play with Vikings. So the Viking faction is the faction with the raven sign, the red raven sign, and it has three heroes. It's got the heavy but yet straightforward raider, the heavy but medium speed hero known as the warlord. The one you're actually seeing is the warlord, and the faster, extremely fast counter attacker known as Valkyrie. I don't remember if they changed the name of the character right now. So do remember that whenever you pick a particular hero, the hero is going to differ in its particular playstyle. You need to make sure that the heroes that you pick actually match the playstyle that you have, right? It doesn't. Each hero may not work out for everyone. As in, having a max amount of health also costs you speed. It costs you momentum. So opponents can take great advantage of this. They can just easily kill you off if they catch you off guard. So do remember that. Try out different heroes, even try out different factions, because every faction has a particular own style of playing as well. So right now, I can tell you for sure that the raider is meant for those people who really want to get in with their high amount of health and high amount of damage. He's more like an LMG guy from any other first-person shooter that you have played. He's like that heavy guy who's going to be somewhere in the somewhere in the back, not exactly wading into the battlefield. He's going to be giving a lot of support to people because he can have that axe swinging really wildly. So whenever you come across a raider, take advantage of his slower speed, but do remember he can hit you hard as well. So one fatal error can actually cause death. The warlord is more of a balanced character. He hits not as hard as the raider, but he is a counter attacker. By this I mean there's a particular move called the shield breaker. So an opponent, as you can see, there's a shield coming on. When I use my right stick, I can flip the defense stance that I have. That is basically used to block an opponent's attack. So you'll know more about this when you try out the practice session. So when you block up opponent's attack, he's not only wasted his own stamina, he's given, he's not able to damage you that much. So that actually gives you a slight small window to give yourself a counter attack. And you can break his shield, and you can use that shield breaker move on him. the warlord can actually have a pretty sweet amount of time to even give it a heavy attack. That's pretty awesome actually, you know, a heavy attack combined with the shield block, because that totally throws him off. Like this right now. I mean, he did move back, but then it totally throws him off his guard, because for a moment of time he's actually pushed back. So like, I don't know, he did the same thing to me, but as you can see, he's slower, right? He's slower in all his attacks. So I need to be much faster than him. I need to be concentrating on his weak points, which is basically the area he is not shielding up. So do remember that fact, that we come across a heavier hero, try not to directly engage him. Be smart about it, especially with the warlord. Be smart about your battles. Pick your battles wisely. Pick your battles wisely. All right. So and more importantly, remember the fact that all heroes don't go with everyone. All right. Every faction has a heavy hero. Every faction has a, you know, medium weight hero. Every faction also has a lightweight hero, something like a really quick on the feet type hero. So you need to make sure that you pick your heroes wisely, alright? Pick whatever thing suits your playstyle and experiment. Experiment to figure out what hero works for you the best. And also experiment with the game modes, because not every game mode is going to work for you. You may enjoy 4v4, but you may do poorly in 2v2 or even 1v1 and so on and so forth. So as I was saying, timing is everything in this game, alright? Like this right now, I can just heavy attack him and he won't even know what happened to him, because he was stunned because of my shield block. And you can see the warlord moves really fast. At the same time, you can see I lose stamina. It's the green bar at the bottom of your health. So if you just wildly keep swinging and it doesn't connect like this, you can see my stamina regens pretty slowly. And he gets an advantage of hitting me back. So do remember that. Like this, as I was talking about. And yeah, sweet execution, man. Yeah, you don't need that head. Ooh. Yeah, so the warlord has a lot of counter attack ability. He can counter moves and effectively fight back. So that's how you're gonna use a warlord. How you're gonna use a raider, as I've explained before, a heavy character, support. Don't wade into the battle on your own because you're slow. How you're going to use a Valkyrie is actually how you're going to use an SMG. You know, you're going to be on the forefront of the battlefield. You're going to be causing mass panic when people see you. You're going to be causing mass hysteria, like people are going to be afraid of you. You know, I'm not joking, really. I get afraid of characters like the Obuchi, the Valkyrie, and the Peacekeeper, because they don't have a permanent attack stance, and that's scary, man. You cannot predict from where they're going to strike, and that's really, really scary. So you need to actually figure out which character you're going to face off on the battlefield as well. You know, that's important. You need to pick your fight. And picking your fight is essential when you're going to go in with teammates, alright? So if you have a well coordinated team with you, you have teammates with you wading into war, you can coordinate what heroes you're going to go into. Well balanced team will always have a heavy, a light, and medium character, and the fourth character could literally be anything, but I would actually prefer it to be a heavy or a medium sized character, you know, to cause more panic on the battlefield. And it does get panicky, right? 4v4, I've made a video on 4v4 and it's coming up after this, and it really gets panicky when you have all these soldiers trying to cross over a particular front and you're alone, you know, facing off the soldiers. You may have support, because you may have support, but there's friendly fire, so even staying too close to your teammates is something that you should look into, because they may just kill you instead. And I've seen that happen, alright? I've seen that happen. I can't tell you much about the other factions because I haven't exactly tested too much of the knights and too much of the samurai. So all I can tell you is the Vikings are a cool collection of heroes. You know, they've got really cool heroes. The Valkyrie, the Warlord, and the Raider are something that can satisfy every type of person, can satisfy every type of game mode that you play, even your own play style. So do remember the fact that you should check out all the heroes. Once you get a hero that you really like, stick with him for quite some time, because you can level up the hero, get some rare gear, rare loot, upgrade his own weapons, his appearance, and so on and so forth. And yeah, so as I was saying, as I was saying, you need to pick. Everything in this game depends on your decisions extremely crucially, right? You cannot take back a hero that you have picked for a particular battle. So do remember that in mind, that once you've picked a particular hero, you can't revert that change until the battle ends. It's something like picking your own in Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, when you pick a particular loadout, not exactly the gun loadout, but the character, I can't remember what it's called. you can't change him till the end of the match. So do remember to pick those characters wisely, and do remember to pick your fights wisely, right? There is the X meant to dodge. So when you are getting beaten up quite a lot, do remember that you can dodge instead of just wading into war, fighting back heavily. Don't try to go 1v3, clutching 2v3, something like that. That doesn't work, alright? Please, I'm begging you guys, don't try to be a hero in this game. No, pick a white wisely. Go 1v1, alright? Go 1v1. Sometimes 1v2 can work if you are able to weaken one opponent extremely well. So do remember that, and keep remembering to changing your stance, alright? And taking care that you don't exhaust it like I did right now. Keep remembering to change your stance. It throws your opponents off. I mean, this guy just literally was attacking the right side. I couldn't see, man, what are you doing? It's just the right side. Yeah, so this type of 1v2 does work, but I'm going to revive this guy real quick because I get extra points for that.
Thanks.
So remember the fact that you need to pick your battles really good, you know. I just want to say, hey, yeah. So you need to pick your battles really well, you know. And don't try, and by picking really mean, don't try to go 1v2, 1v3, 1v4 like you can do it in Call of Duty, because you're up close and personal. They will just hound you to death. But in a case where you are trapped, you can't escape, remember that you have a triangle waiting for you. The revenge bar gets full if you are taking too much damage or blocking effectively a lot of damage. That actually knocks people back, and that actually makes you into a superhero of sorts, right? So do remember that. And if you actually find someone weak on the battlefield, hound him, alright? Gather around him, gather your teammates around him, and take over the battle. At least that battle, because every hero you kill makes a lot of difference, alright? It makes a lot of difference. And like this, as you can see, going 2v1 actually is, even with an AI bot, it's too dangerous because both of you are attacking and he's just trying to defend and gets overpowered really easy. So bottom line, pick heroes wisely, pick game modes wisely, pick fights wisely, and don't just go all guns blazing. This is not a Call of Duty game, this is not a Titanfall or even a Battlefield game. So I think I'm going to end this right now over here. I hope this few tips really helped you out, and I hope that you enjoyed the gameplay. I'm going to give you guys obviously some more gameplay from For Honor. I'm enjoying this, and I really hope to catch you guys on the battlefield soon. If you like this video, don't forget to leave that like and subscribe for more action. See ya.